This week we're looking at staging. What a stage should help communicate in our storytelling of our animation. So I went ahead and created a real simple character here on my in grease pencil, just using simple coloration, simple fills to communicate that character. Now, in our story, what do we want to communicate that's happening in the scene? What should the audience be paying attention to? There's lots of things we can do with the texture on the character. I went very simple on this. But what do we want to communicate on this? Well, the character's probably walking on some ground. So maybe we put some ground in. There's some grass that they can walk along. And that helps communicate, oh, look, they're going for a nice walk in the park. But maybe there needs to be something going on more in the background. There's some hills, we could add some trees for what we're trying to communicate is happening inside that scene. Are there other people there? What's happening? What's the story about that you're trying to communicate? Maybe we're afraid that the character is going to slip on a banana that is in the scene ahead of us. How do we avoid that? Are they going to slip and fall? What's the story that we're trying to tell with this? Or maybe the problem's not a banana. Maybe there's construction going on in the area and there's a huge wrecking ball heading for the person. The staging helps us communicate the story. What's happening inside of our environment? And that's what you need to be considering with this week's animation. Creating a story using your staging for how we can communicate that. Now, as we're adding these different elements, we need to think about what reads better for the viewer. What is going to communicate what's happening inside this environment or in our story in the best way? What reads better? What plays better? Are my textures too noisy? Well, no, these are very simple textures that I've created. But maybe I could communicate better if the character had a striped shirt. So let's go to our character and lower that size, change our coloration. Oh, let's give him some real color there. And we can add a little bit more to our environment by putting stripes on his shirt. Does that help communicate what's happening in the scene, or at least make the character more interesting? Maybe he needs some arms, so maybe we can add some arms to the character. Or is he wearing a short sleeve shirt? Is he or she wearing a short sleeve shirt? What's happening with our character? Where's their arm at? That's a really bad arm, but let's give it a little bit more there. And some fingers. I'm drawing with a mouse. I shouldn't be. I should get my tablet out. But where's our character going? What's happening inside their life that we want to communicate inside this storytelling? So I'm going to go ahead. I did record the making of this scene so you can see what the process I went through on this. If you're new to using grease pencil, maybe that'll help with the instructional part of this. But as you're thinking about this, go ahead and work on what's going to be happening. Let's say our wrecking ball is going to have some movement, and we could move that in our edit mode. And oops, make sure we select there we go. And we could, well, that wrecking ball needs to be in front of the background, doesn't it? And then we could also change our line here. That probably needs to rotate. And then we can bring that down. There we go. And so now, and don't forget, when we're working in grease pencil, we need to interpolate. Edit mode and then interpolate. Did that interpolate? I don't think that interpolated. There we go. Now it interpolated. And so now we've got the ball swinging. What's going to happen? So we can have a lot of fun with this. Staging allows us to create an environment to help communicate this. And stick around if you want to watch the making of this environment. It's not too terribly long. So while this is playing, I am playing this back at about 2x for the creation of the actual scene. I am working on a couple of resources that hopefully will make life a little bit better for those that are trying to learn how to animate and to use textures inside of Blender. I'm working on several books, online classes, materials to help people learn this faster, both at the college level, the high school level, and the indie level. So with the changes that are happening in our environment, I think that it's very important to learn these skills that you're interested in learning. There's no question that we're living in a very different time period than what most people have gone through before. And I want to make sure that you've got the resources available so that you can be successful in what you want to do that's meaningful to you. I have found I got my start as a computer programmer and then shifted into teaching at a later point after learning my computer science and computer information systems, and worked in those that field for quite a while. And I found that I was really much more passionate about teaching others how to use these things. And it was only later that I started getting into game development and to virtual production and animation. And I found that I really have a passion for doing animation and creating this, to the point where my retirement plan is to start my own studio with and put the stories that I have been playing with for some time and communicate those to people. So if you've got stories that you want to tell, if you've got some passion, something that you're very passionate about and want to communicate that, then hopefully these resources are going to be of value. Make sure you subscribe and to the channel, and as those new resources become available, I'll make sure to post it